Most people think that they either need to become an influencer, shake their ass on camera, or spend years building a following on Instagram to make money online. But what if I told you that I make over $30,000 every single month without ever posting a single picture of myself online? And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how. We're going to do that by going through a simple 3-step system that I use and literally everyone can implement. And also make sure to stick around until the end of this video because I'm going to reveal the #1 mistake that people make that keeps them stuck at $0 and followers. A couple of years ago, I was working at my local supermarket, stacking shelves for minimum wage and just making enough money to get by, and I had no clue what I wanted to do with my life. But I knew that I was meant for more, so I started looking for online side hustles that I could do without showing my face online. Now, I've been through it all. I've tried sneaker reselling, trading, dropshipping, you name it. And while I was doing the side hustles, in order to keep myself motivated, I was following a bunch of motivational accounts on Instagram. And one evening, it just clicked. So I spent the next 6 months learning everything about the algorithm, and my first page was a complete flop. I gained 1,000 followers in the first month and made $15 in the process. But the next page that I started spending an hour a day on content creation, and it grew from 0 to 1 million followers in under 12 months. And that's when I realized that this isn't just another hobby, it's an actual business. Fast forward to today, I'm running a faceless empire with over 10 million followers combined across 13 pages, and I've also helped people like Emily gain over 400,000 followers in 4 months, or Jay, who I helped from 0 to 1.6 million followers and make over $25,000 in a single month, which allowed him to buy his dream car, all without showing their faces online. Step #1 is super simple. Just build a Faceless Instagram page and focus on growing it as fast as possible. Now, I personally run pages like Mindset Raptors, Opus Reality, Around Value, and 10 others to just give you an example, where they're basically pages that are about one specific topic like philosophy, the news, cars, whatever, right? Now, I always recommend to pick a niche that is either related to health, wealth, or relationships, because those are just simply the 3 core desires of humans. And then it's just time to start posting content. So you're gonna spend the first month just testing styles and being consistent, because I'm gonna be honest, your first couple of videos are gonna suck, but that's part of the game. And I know with social media, everyone makes it seem like it's super easy to make money and it's just all fake, right? Like you actually need to put in the work, you need to put in the hours, and no one is gonna get rich by just posting 3 videos and that's it, right? So you actually gotta stay consistent for the first month, test different styles, different captions, different fonts, different hashtags, etc. And at one point, you will eventually find your style. And that's when we can really grow the page, because as I said, in the beginning, your first videos are gonna suck, so you're not gonna get a lot of followers. But if your content becomes better and better and better, and you stay consistent, then at one point, one of your videos is gonna blow up, and that's gonna gain you hundreds, if not thousands of followers overnight. And the harsh reality is that 99% of people are never gonna get out of step 1, because they can either not stay consistent, they quit after 2 weeks because they thought it was gonna be way easier. Also, right now, you are in a much better position than I was back when I was starting out, because you can simply automate most of the tasks with AI. Right? When I started, I had to create every single piece of content by myself, and it was literally taking me hours every single day. But right now, with AI tools like Viral Finder, Midjourney, CapCut, and even a new Instagram app called Edits, it's so easy to create content that actually goes viral and that is high quality. Now, in step 1, you should only think about growth. I know when people start a business, they're instantly thinking about, oh, how can I make $10,000 by next month? But that's wrong, right? You gotta work in steps. And in step 1, all you should think about is picking the right niche, optimizing your content, and grow as much followers as possible. Step #2 is to start monetizing, and again, this is going to be a completely separate skill set that you need to learn, because this comes down to your knowledge and the connections that you have. Because back when I was starting out and getting my first 100,000 followers, I felt like I was on top of the world and I was going to make millions of dollars, but in fact, I had no clue on how to monetize, and that's also why I was stuck for quite a bit. First of all, you just gotta get familiar with what type of monetization methods are even available and which ones suit you the best. Now, in my opinion, the best ways to monetize your Instagram account or by either selling shoutouts, those are promotion deals that you can sell to brands or influencers, or you can sell digital products, which are, as it says, digital products like ebooks, PDFs, guides, online courses, softwares, etc. Or you can start building an email list and you can get paid for every single email that you can collect. And on top of that, there are also a lot of monetization methods available. Like for example, Instagram right now is rolling out a pay-per-view system as well, where you can get paid for just simply posting content. It is just important that you focus on one thing at a time. Like, don't try to do all those different monetization methods at once. Eventually, of course, you can combine them, but again, you need to learn exactly how they work to do it the right way. And still right now, I come across people with tons, if not millions of followers that have no clue on how to actually monetize their page the right way. And that's why it's super important that you learn this as a separate skill set and don't just think that, hey, now I got followers, now I'm instantly gonna become rich, because that's not the case. Okay, step number 3 is to just make tons or millions, right? And this is literally the most exciting part about this business, because the thing is, if you know how to grow an audience and how to grow a Faceless page, and you know how to properly monetize it, which you're learning in step 1 and step 2, now you can scale. And scaling is simple, but not easy. Because in the end, it's just a numbers game. If you know that in order to make $5,000, you need to sell X amount of promotions or X amount of digital products, it's just do more volume. Now, there are 2 ways how you can do more volume. It's either to grow your existing page, or it's to buy or grow another page. Because if you have a page that right now is doing $3,000 a month, you can just start another one and grow that again to $3,000 a month, and you're making $6,000 a month. Or you already buy a page with an existing audience from someone that doesn't know how to properly monetize it, and boom. That's how you can scale. And if you do that again, and again, at one point, you're also gonna have 5, maybe 10, maybe 20 pages, and that's how you can actually create generational wealth. Now, most people think that by just starting one page, they're instantly gonna make $10, $20, $30,000 a month, but that's not the case. Keep in mind, I do actually have pages myself that make over $10,000 a month alone, but if you actually wanna create real wealth, you're gonna need to increase your volume by either growing a huge page with like millions of followers, or to just grow or buy more smaller pages. When you're buying pages, you should kind of see it the same way as buying real estate. That's why I also call Faceless Instagram pages digital real estate. Because if you have a good understanding of how you can monetize it, you know instantly how much a page can probably generate you every single month based on the other pages that you have. And then you can make a calculated decision whether it's worth it or not to buy a page. And that's the cool thing about this business model, because you can simply decide how much you want to make eventually. If you just want to live life on easy mode, have one page that makes you $3,000 to $5,000 a month, then you can do that, right? But if you want to build generational wealth, then you can just reinvest all the money back into the business, buy more pages, hire better editors, and go all in. And that's exactly how I did it myself as well, because back when I was making a couple grand a month, I saved up everything and put it back into the business. I didn't inflate my lifestyle. I didn't get a car on financing. I didn't go on luxury trips. Everything went back into the business in either new pages, better editors, or mentors. And keep in mind that step 1 and step 2 are fundamental to even get to this point, because if you don't know how to grow a page or how to monetize them, buying pages or starting new ones are going to be completely pointless, because you don't know how to grow them. You don't know how to monetize them. So if you spend a couple grand on a page, you're going to lose it because you simply don't know what to do. So that's why it's super important to first just build that skill set and don't try to make money as fast as possible. Now, if you made it until this point of the video, that shows to me that you're serious about building a business on Instagram. So I also want to go over the most frequently made mistakes so you can avoid them. First of all is waiting for the perfect time to start posting. Now think about this, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. Just simply start posting and don't wait for the perfect time or for the perfect video. Just start and improve over time, because if you keep delaying it more and more and more, eventually you are never gonna do it and you're gonna become stuck in the same path that you're in right now. The second mistake that I see people make is choosing the wrong niche. When choosing a niche, it's super important that you pick a niche that is growing. And the way to find out is by just looking at other pages and see if they're growing as well. Because if you pick a niche that is shrinking, of course you're not going to grow fast, right? Think about it. Because even, for example, right now, I want to give you this as an example. Newspaper businesses. It's so out of date right now. So if you were to start a newspaper business, even if you had the best newspapers in the world, you just won't get any traction because there's no demand for it. And the same goes with building a business on Instagram. If you post about a topic that people are no longer interested in, or the interest is declining, you're not gonna grow and have a sustainable business. So pick a niche that's actually working and growing, and don't just go off something that you personally like. Now, the third mistake that I see almost everyone make is by just quitting before you even got your first viral video, right? The reason why your videos aren't going viral is probably because of you and no external factors like algorithm changes or shadow bans, because that's not the case, right? It's just because you gotta improve your videos day by day, and there's no other way to get around that, right? Also, I wouldn't recommend hiring an editor straight from the beginning, because in the end, it's all about you building that skill set and knowing how to create predictable viral content. Now, you gotta ask yourself the question, am I able to commit for at least 30 days straight? Because if you're gonna post for a week, nothing's gonna happen, right? So it's all about consistency over the long run, because Instagram is a marathon and not a sprint. You're not gonna gain millions of followers in just a couple of weeks. All right, that's it for the video. I hope I give you some good insights on how you can make tons, if not millions, yourself as well by simply using my 3-step system. Now, if you're interested in working directly together with me and my team, down below you have a link where you can schedule a call directly with me or someone from my team to see if you would be a good fit for my educational company called Growth Mastery. With that said, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.